Welcome to the video, guys. My name's Jamie Gardiner. Today's video is all about how to craft an offer that absolutely kicks ass and does the bulk of the heavy lifting for you in your marketing efforts. So the reason why I wanted to put this out there, and this is going to be applicable regardless of whether you are an affiliate marketer or a coach or info product creator, but the ability to craft an offer that is able to solve the problems of people, able to help eliminate the resistance of jumping into your programs or your opportunities or your coaching, anything like that. It's going to massively increase the ease in which you can actually sell stuff, which means you're probably going to convert more people, which means you're going to be able to impact more people and help more people, all that fun stuff. Plus, of course, fill your own wallets. Kind of cool, right? Like I say, this is going to be applicable regardless of whether you are an affiliate marketer or you are a coach or you create your own info products, all that type of stuff. And the cool thing is that if you think about the actual offer itself, and for clarification purposes, anyone that is unfamiliar with this terminology, I'm not necessarily referring to the actual program that you're promoting if you're an affiliate marketer, like if you're promoting a course or a software or whatever. It's how you present that to the marketplace. It's how you gift wrap it and present it to the marketplace. So if you imagine that you've just got the program or whatever it is there, and you're like, hey, yo, check it out, I've got this link, it's awesome, you should buy it. And then people are like, well, why should I buy it from you versus the 3,000 other affiliates that are promoting the same thing? And being able to craft an offer and learning the skill set is going to massively increase your probability of success. There is one other aspect of it, which is your authority. And if you're able to elevate your own authority, then that too is going to help ease the speed and the ability to actually close more sales as well. And so the authority comes from basically sharing what it is that you're doing to help other people out. So sharing your wins along the way. And as you start to grow your business, you're not going to have any wins to start with. And so it has to be the intangible things. So things like getting inbound leads, you might want to present that to your audience. Things like mindset shifts, things like even compliments. And if you're able to go out there and find a few people that you can help and get some testimonials from those, that is social proof. Social proof is incredibly powerful for elevating your own authority. And if you want some real life examples of this, have a look at people like the Kardashians or Kanye or anyone like that, and look at how much authority they have, which is why they're able to sell cosmetics and clothes and all that type of stuff with ease without people even really knowing if it's good quality or not, because they've got this huge brand and they have authority in their brand, right? And so we can manufacture something similar ourselves. It doesn't necessarily need to be that size, but this is how we go about it. You start sharing the way in which you can help people out, and then eventually it will lead on to your own sales. And then eventually it leads on to your student sales and your student successes. So of course, people want to follow the paper trail and start looking at where these successes came from. Right, so before I get into the presentation, if this is the first time on the channel, I'd like to say a very warm welcome to you. My name is Jamie Gardiner. I'm a full-time affiliate marketer. I'm also a coach for a program. We've got well over 680 students at the time of recording. That is probably in excess of 1,000, I think, through the broader spectrum of products that we've got out there. But anyway, we're very fortunate. We won the ClickFunnels 2 Comic-Con Award for crossing over $1 million in revenue in 2021. And this channel is really just me documenting the last 10 years I've been online. So if you're interested in keeping up to date, feel free to hit the subscribe button. And conversely, I also host a pretty cool little community over on Facebook. There's a link below if you'd like to check that out as well. We have some pretty cool stuff over there and really aim to help my audience build their business and start to grow and scale their business as well. So anyway, right, rounding on, diving straight into it, Jamie. Right. Caveat. This is going to be about as fancy as my channel is going to get. Okay, I might put a little, subscribe button thingy over here, and that's about it. So hopefully you're okay with that. All right, let's jump into it. So got this little thing here, which I call the 6 kick-ass steps to irresistible offers. I'm just going to, hopefully if I change my screen, it's not going to blow up. Let's try it, see what happens. Right, hopefully you can still see that. I've got no way of knowing, so I guess I'm just going to download this recording and see how it goes. Right, 6 kick-ass steps to irresistible offers. So number 1, it needs to be unique or different. So think about what you can do in order to differentiate yourself from every other person out there. Like if you're a coach, for example, why are you different? It might be partly due to personality, could be the way that you put your bonuses out there, could be all sorts of things, right? But why are you different? Have you got a different method? So everyone else is, doing, I don't know, for example, they're here on YouTube, but you were over on Facebook. Like, maybe that's it. Maybe everyone's like, oh, email marketing is dead, and you found something that works with email marketing, and so therefore you create, something different, right? Anyway, so think about how you can differentiate yourself, and just to go through a couple of examples there. Think about some unique bonuses, like some books. Someone buys from you, is there something that you can give them, like a gift of some kind, or a book, or something that's tangible? A t-shirt works really well, hats. I'll be the first to admit I don't do all of these things. By the way, I'm not saying that that I do give books and gifts and t-shirts, blah blah, with my students, but I'm saying that these are very unique ways in order to get that I guess irresistibility around your offers. Okay, because a few different things myself, but anyway, unique trainings, cheat sheets, experiences. Like, imagine how powerful it is if you're a high-ticket affiliate marketer and you're watching this. Imagine how powerful it is if someone buys from you, and as part of that bonus to buy from you, they get, I don't know, a jet boating trip or something, or a mountain climbing trip or whatever. Now, of course, that's a bit extreme, but it's kind of cool, right? And especially if it's catered to them. Like, imagine how powerful it is for someone seeing that, rather than just go, hey, you're going to get this, that, and the other thing that is awesome. You actually get this experience that comes with it, a culinary experience, or a wine, or whatever it is, right? Things like accountability, that might be quite unique, might be something that not everyone has, and so therefore, if you're able to add that on, it helps, I guess, elevate the perception of value as well. Things like done for you funnels, because if you look at, I guess, the value equations, that's from Alex Hormozi. Highly recommend his book, by the way, $100 Million Offers. It's incredible, but he talks about the value equation, where essentially the dream outcome, if you can elevate that, times by the perceived likelihood of achievement, divided by the time delay to actually achieve those goals, by the how hard you have to work, basically the resistance to getting it, pretty much. And so the reason why that is so unbelievably powerful to understand is it will allow you to understand why having things like done for you funnels and templates and done for you email sequences, all that type of stuff, is really, really powerful, and why it has such a huge perceived value, right? And the reason for that is because people inherently just don't like doing work, right? If we can get something easier, then we're all for it, right? And so therefore it's an entirely done for you funnel. They can just swipe it. Wow, that's like, how easy is that, right? That's kind of cool. And it's an entire content template. They don't have to write anything, they don't have to produce any content. It's already done for them. Like, that there is incredible, right? It means that the dream result, which is not having to do the work to get the stuff, right? And they can get it straight away. It means it minimizes the time, and the perceived likelihood of achievement, of course, is very high because it's right there. It's already done for you. And the sweat and resistance to actually achieving that is lower. Man, huge, right? And so this is something that you really need to ingrain into as part of the offer creation as well, right? The other part of it, like I say, is your own uniqueness, your own personality, your moral code, the likability of you as a character, or dislikability. There is also notoriety, and maybe that is desirable for some people, right? Anyway, it needs to be desirable. This should go without saying anyway, but it does need to be, right? So, like, if you think about when you were deploying your offer, and it's filled in a marketplace where these people are hungry for results, that's very desirable, especially if it eliminates those pain points as it goes along. So it could be, like I say, someone's like stressed and anxious and frustrated with building funnels, and you should never be. You should go to ClickFunnels, and under the link that I'll leave below if you get started with that. Jokes. But if you find yourself getting frustrated at it, and someone comes along and says, hey, done for you funnel, there you go, taken care of, don't worry about that. Or, you don't even need funnels to get started. What? Are you kidding me? What? That's crazy. Right? So therefore, how much more desirable has that now become? Massively, I would say. And so, for example, people that are wanting to make more money, but they're not actually getting those results just yet, they have a very strong desire. If they're in a job that they really do not like, they're exhausted, they're frustrated with it, they feel burnt out, they feel used, they don't like their boss, they feel like they're not appreciated, they don't get any, what they feel they should be earning out of it. Very, very strong desire. Hopefully this is making sense. It also needs to have a very high perceived value. And so to throw a bit of a random offer out there, let's say you have an affiliate offer that offers a $50 recurring per month affiliate sale. Now I'm laughing because I originally did this for a membership that I used to run, which was paying $50 per month to be part of it as an affiliate. So if we dissect it a little, basically, in this instance, you could have, for example, monthly module updates, weekly Zoom calls with coach, just for $100 a month. And so if you break that down, I mean, that's very kind of feature heavy, right? And it's still quite desirable, I'd imagine. But what kind of reads a little bit better is if you use some copywriting skill set with that. Basically, new marketing modules added monthly, specifically created to help you grow and scale your income, leveraging over 10 years of experience covering every aspect of online business growth and strategy to help you grow and scale your business. Coupled with weekly Zoom coaching calls in order to skyrocket your results with access to a 2 Comma Club award winner with over 10 years of experience. Total value, so $6,000 with all that added bonuses, but jump now for just $100. That's less than a cup of coffee per day, right? And hopefully, obviously I'm using, some pretty outlandish style of saying that, but hopefully you understand that there's an incredible sense of value that comes with that versus like, hey, you're going to get some weekly coaching and whatever, like if you have this other stuff, right? And it needs to have that huge level of desirability and perceived value, I should say. Right, dramatize is the unique selling point. Dramatize the USP, the unique selling point. Why is this important? Well, think about, like, if I am just out there giving, hey, here's a course on how to do the thing with online stuff. And that's my course, right? Then what's the unique selling point of that, right? Like if I say, hey, I've got an email marketing course. It's like, well, no shit, Sherlock. I mean, email marketing's been around since 20 plus years, right? Like, why is that? That's not unique. But if there is a nuance to it, if there is a spin on that, if there's some new angle, if it's something that removes a limitation or a perceived limitation from someone and it dramatizes that, massively powerful, right? Hopefully you're understanding where I'm coming with all this sort of type of stuff. So what you probably ideally look to do is think about the selling point of your particular offer. And another way to view this is something I learned from my friend and mentor, Jake Karras, which is unpacking the offer. And that's the idea of if you're an affiliate, for example, you've got like a whole bunch of stuff. You've got 15 modules. Each one is, 7 hours long, blah, blah. And you've got the, module number 7 is all about email marketing, blah, blah, and selling and yada, yada, and how to do this nifty little trick that spits out money and that type of stuff, right? And so the idea being is that if you're able to extract that and kind of display what's on the actual training itself as a perceived sense of value behind it, highlighting the benefits as opposed to the features, I should say, then by the time they actually see the actual sales page, they're already like, "Whoa, this is the crazy types of stuff I'm getting for that. This is awesome," right? Hopefully, this is making sense. So, anyway, going back to my membership, $100 membership with group coaching. So, exclusive membership with unbridled support, mentoring, and a library of 6 and 7 figure marketing techniques that's been the cornerstone of marketing prowess for many of the top marketers in the space, right? And so that is unpacking it. That was unpacking the original membership that I had. It's basically, I would probably go into it, and I had all these modules. I was on Zoom every week, and we'd go through all sorts of stuff, right? And so I would typically go through that, and I would unpack it. What are you getting? We get to hang out with 2 Comma Club award winners, sold millions and millions and millions of dollars of stuff offline, sold millions of dollars of stuff online, who's pretty experienced at this stuff, who can help me out in terms of growing and scaling your business. These techniques have been passed down from 7 and 8 figure earners, and you get access to that for less than a cup of coffee per month per day, right? So therefore, you're unpacking it, you're highlighting the benefits of being part of it. Right, and like I say, it you dramatize this and highlights the unique selling point. It needs to be something that is easy to take advantage of. Like if you and this is a really strange kind of dichotomy that comes into play here, because if you are unavailable to your own audience, it's going to be easier to monetize that audience. So if you're unavailable, it makes it easier to monetize it. What I mean by that is, if you think about any big marketer in your industry, anyone who's a public figure in whatever industry you're in, if you're a coach or an affiliate, whatever, like you can't just call them up, you can't just ring them up. Hey, how's it going? Yes, me. Listen, need some help with my stuff. Can you just give me the stuff and the help, and I'll do the thing? You can't do that, right? Like they are unattainable, and sometimes it's a natural byproduct of the growth of the business. Like you're one person, you cannot like serve everyone on an individual one-on-one basis, which is why high ticket is so prevalent, is because your time is sparse. Like you cannot, you've got 24 hours in a day. You're only a limited handful of time that you can devote to helping people out, right? Which is why naturally your prices go up. So if you're able to understand this concept, that the further away you're able to step from your own audience, the easier it is to monetize, right? So this is the first one. Sort of digressed a little bit here, but it's a very important lesson that I want to kind of reflect on here. And that is, if you as a person are hard to get to, and that does elevate your own authority in your own audience, which is what you're wanting, but in order to jump on an opportunity that itself is easy to grab, then you've got a very high value proposition. You're going to make a ton of cash if you are the product vendor, right, or the affiliate that is providing this, right? Hopefully that makes sense. So, for example, if you got like no experience necessary, and this comes back to the value equation, like I say, where you're looking to elevate the perception of likelihood of achievement, but you're also simultaneously wanting to lower the exertion to get there. Hopefully that makes sense. So, no experience necessary. Well, I've got no experience. Bang, okay, this must be for me, right? Highlights that. It also needs to minimize risk. So one of the huge buying factors for human beings in general is that we don't like risk, really, right? So we don't like the idea that when we jump into something that scam, our money's just gone, and we feel ripped off, and it lowers our status, and we're embarrassed, we're humiliated by this. So we don't want that, of course. So if we're able to, as marketers, if we're able to minimize the perception of risk, then all of a sudden the value just goes right up. And so there's a couple of ways that you can do that. You've got things like guarantees. So I did a launch recently, and I made a guarantee that if the people jumped into this, couldn't quadruple their initial investment, they've got a year to test this out. If they couldn't quadruple, then I would actually pay them that quadruple myself, right? So I take on an incredible amount of risk with that. Incredible. However, it's going to facilitate more sales. So therefore, I work out that the more sales I'm making versus the likelihood that people are going to take that up is probably very, very low, right? Plus, they have to do the bloody work. Like, I'm not just going to, hey, here's some cash. You don't like it? Okay, here's some cash. Like, yeah, but no, I put my heart and soul into building these things out. So they do actually have to do the work, and I would be more inclined to jump on with them and help them out, because I'd hate to see them not make success out of it either. So I'd rather just help them out, and so on and so forth, right? Another one I've used is if you jump into this opportunity and it doesn't work for you for whatever reason, you don't find value, doesn't help you increase your lead flow, I will give you a refund and pay you an additional $50 for wasting your time. And again, you need to be really, really cautious of this. If you're a coach and you're doing these types of risk reversals, be mindful that you are then exposed to risk. So the risk changes from the prospect over to you as the vendor, right? So just keep that in your mind. However, and like I say, if you're an affiliate, you're probably sitting there going, well, hang on a minute, like I don't control the cart page. You don't, but this is why you offer the third one down there, which is additional support. I'll discuss that in a second. So refunds, like I say, basically I will pay you, you get your money back. You got a year to decide in 30 days or 14 days or 7 days. And then, just need to honor it. It's not that hard. Refunds, guarantees. The other thing I was going to allude to on that one, if you're an affiliate, is I will work with you until X result, right? So if you're jumping into something and you're doing the work, I will continue working with you until X result. It's how confident I am of that happening. It's another way to put it. Refunds, like I say, just cover that. Additional support, again, a lot of the time people don't want to just feel like they've been thrown into like a cattle yard after bought something. They want to have some sort of support. And a lot of the time, the additional support can be things like Voxer or Slack channel or Facebook chat, or if you want to get real fancy, give them your phone number. I personally never ever would, but that is an option there as well. Or other mediums like Telegram, or anything that allows you to communicate, signal channels or whatever they're called, anything like that, right? So even email support, there you go. Plus also one-on-one coachings, plus group coaching, plus all that type of stuff to make sure that they feel, okay, I'm on this journey, I'm going with someone, I'm not by myself, which again elevates the perception of likelihood of achievement. Hopefully this is starting to light a few bulbs in the brain there. Think about things like warranties, which is pretty much the same as guarantees and refunds anyway. And although, if we're talking about a digital product, it's a little bit different, of course, but same principles apply. No sale process. So this one, it's an interesting one, but one of the ways is if you are able to show that you can eliminate a current frustration. So it might be, for example, actually, sorry, no, I got my wires crossed or something. I wrote this before and I was thinking, oh, that's right, yeah, I'll do that thing. I'll speak about that because that's really, really relevant at the time. Anyway, so minimization of risk. If you frame something, so I apologize, folks. It's been a long day and it's been a very emotional one. So anyway, enough about that. If you say to someone, hey, let's jump on a sales call, then what is the emotional response going to pop up from them? What are they thinking when you're saying that type of stuff? Oh, well, it's a sales call, so I have to buy something at the end of it. So therefore, you're going to hit a wall. It's going to be resistance to jump onto that because they know that there's a sales pitch coming, right? So if you, and that's a risk for them. Like they don't want to be humiliated. They don't want to necessarily be forced into buying something doesn't serve them, et cetera, as opposed to, clarity call, which it's not that you're trying to trick them on that. You just actually gain clarity as to whether or not you can help that person out and whether or not you can and do want to work with them, and whether or not they're going to be the right fit for your thing, right? So it reshifts that way of thinking. Pay if there's no results. So this one, again, was something similar to what I was mentioning before. Listen, if this doesn't completely change the way you do your whole life, whatever it is, right, then I will pay you, literally pay you out of my own pocket. It's what I've done, works really well. Work with you until X results, as I mentioned before. And so this one here, I think is absolutely incredible. It's from very sort of big name in the industry, Jason Fladlin. And you won't know until you're inside. Okay, and so this is the way that he helps to minimize risk. So it's basically offering a refund period, right, a guarantee. And the way that he frames it in one of his webinars is, I'm not asking you to make a decision today. I'm asking you to make a fully informed decision, and that is all. But the only way that you're going to be able to make an informed decision is on the inside, not on the outside. And just to make it even easier for you, you've got up to 30 days. So anytime between now and 29 days, or 29 days and 25 hours or 24 hours or whatever, you just need to send us a quick email, and my team's on standby. Response rate is less than 30 minutes and you'll get your money back. But you're not going to know unless you're inside. Now, Jason supposedly credits that risk reversal for an additional $3 million in one of his webinars that he did, right? So, and I think that made like 27 mil in a day or something insane like that. So anyway, that's it. These are the 6 kick-ass steps to irresistible offers. Take what you've got here and basically go and start writing some of this stuff out. Start thinking about how you can adapt this into your offers. And so that way, when you're presenting this stuff to the marketplace, you've got a kick-ass offer. Hopefully you understood the value in ascending your own authority. And that's going to snowball the more results they end up getting as well. And so between those two things, these are like, a perfect mix for creating sales, right? And so that way, that's how you basically stand up above the crowd there. Anyway, all that being said, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Drop a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Love to hear what your thoughts are on all this, and hopefully it helps you guys out. My name's Jamie Gardiner. Catch you guys in the next one. Thanks.